From lost to found, the life-changing power of forgiveness. This is Alex, a young man whose life was once filled with promise but is now shrouded in regret and pain. Alex had everything: a loving family, good friends, and a bright future. But all of that changed one fateful night. Alex was the life of the party. He got drunk, but that night he made a choice that would alter his life forever. Against his friend's advice, Alex decided to drive home. He didn't see the red light. He didn't see the other car. Alex survived, but the driver of the other car did not. The weight of his actions crushed him. He was charged with manslaughter and sentenced to prison. His family, heartbroken, visited him often, but Alex could barely look them in the eye. For years, Alex was lost. Consumed by guilt, anger, and self-hatred, he pushed everyone away. He couldn't forgive himself for what he had done. In his darkest hour, Alex met someone who would change his life. Mr. Thompson, a volunteer chaplain, saw something in Alex, a glimmer of hope buried deep within his despair.
Hi there, Alex. How are you holding up today?
Just surviving, Mr. Thompson. Just surviving.
I think you might find some comfort in these words. Give it a read when you get a chance.
Alex was skeptical, but he took the Bible. That night, in the solitude of his cell, he opened it and began to read. The words spoke to him, verses about forgiveness, redemption, and love. Slowly, they began to pierce through his hardened heart.
God, I don't know if I can ever forgive myself, but I need your help. I'm so lost.
Week after week, Alex attended the Bible study. He started praying, seeking forgiveness and peace. It wasn't easy. The road to forgiveness was long and painful. But with each step, Alex felt a burden lifting from his shoulders. One day, Alex wrote a letter to the family of the man he had killed. It was the hardest thing he had ever done, but it was a step towards healing. Mrs. Johnson, the widow of the man Alex had killed, received the letter. She had been living with her own pain and anger, struggling to move on. Touched by Alex's genuine remorse, she decided to do something extraordinary. She decided to forgive. After serving his sentence, Alex was released. He was a changed man, but he still carried the weight of his past. Then, one day, he received an invitation to meet Mrs. Johnson.
Hello, Alex. Thank you for meeting me.
Mrs. Johnson, I'm so sorry for what I did. I can never undo the pain I've caused you.
Alex, I've held on to my anger and grief for so long, but I realize that forgiveness isn't just for you. It's for me too. I forgive you, Alex.
Her words were like a balm to Alex's soul. For the first time in years, he felt a profound sense of peace. Before Alex's imprisonment, he had a son named Michael. While Alex was in prison, his son met a beautiful and well-groomed lady. He loved this lady. They both began to see each other and loved each other. Their relationship grew so strong that they decided they would spend the rest of their lives together as man and wife. As Alex's son, Michael, began preparation for his upcoming wedding, he decided to introduce his fiance's mother to his own father. Michael shared the mother's phone number with Alex. Upon saving the number, Alex froze. It was the same number that belonged to Mrs. Johnson, the woman whose husband he had killed. Alex's heart sank. How could this be? He had reconciled with Mrs. Johnson, but he never imagined their lives would intersect so profoundly again. "Dad, what's wrong?" Michael asked, noticing his father's distress. Alex took a deep breath and explained everything: his past, the crime, the prison sentence, and the unexpected forgiveness he received from Mrs. Johnson. Michael was stunned. "You mean the woman whose husband you—" He trailed off, struggling to process the revelation. "Yes," Alex replied, his voice heavy with emotion. "I never imagined this would happen, but now I don't know if I can face her again." Meanwhile, Mrs. Johnson, eagerly awaiting a call from the father of her soon-to-be son-in-law, began to worry when no call came. She decided it was time to have an honest conversation with her daughter. "Sweetheart," Mrs. Johnson said gently, "I haven't heard from Michael's father. There's something you need to know." As the pieces of the past began to come together, both families faced the challenge of navigating this complex web of connections and emotions. What would happen next would test the strength of their forgiveness, their love, and their ability to move forward. The journey that began with pain and redemption would now face its most profound test. Alex dedicated his life to helping others find the same forgiveness and redemption he had found. He shared his story, his mistakes, and the incredible power of God's grace. "I was lost, but Jesus found me." His forgiveness changed everything, and it can change your life too. Forgiveness isn't easy. It's a journey filled with pain, healing, and transformation. But it's a journey worth taking. Alex went to a party, got drunk, and against his friend's advice, drove back home. This resulted in an accident that took the life of the other driver. Alex's story is a testament to the life-changing power of forgiveness and the incredible grace of God. If you're struggling with guilt, pain, or unforgiveness, know that there is hope. Jesus offers forgiveness and a new beginning. Romans 10:9 says, "If you declare with your mouth Jesus is Lord and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved." Thank you for watching. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe. Let's spread the message of forgiveness and hope to everyone we meet. God bless you all.